welcome to Chicks Chat Radio, and for those of you watching on YouTube at ChicksConnect. I'm your host, Tita Freytag, Chair Chick of Spring Chicks in Springfield, Oregon, and your connection to health options that can change life. Today I have with me fellow ChicksConnect member Deb Hart. Deb is the founder of Pink Sistas, Inc. She is an inspirational speaker, mother, mentor, friend, breast cancer survivor, and breast cancer survivor confidant. Pink Sistas is a 501c3 nonprofit corporation dedicated to raising funds for no-cost retreats for women who have been diagnosed with breast cancer. Pink Sistas retreats focus on healing after diagnosis of breast cancer through many activities such as networking with others, yoga, kayaking and paddleboarding, social outings, and much-needed rest and relaxation. Welcome, Deb. How are you today?
Hey, I'm great. Thank you so much for inviting me to your show. I'm excited.
Oh, you are welcome. I'm excited to have you here. I can't wait for our listeners to hear a little bit more about who you are and the things that you've done. So let's start out by, can you share with us the story behind what you're doing today and what challenges that you may have faced along the way?
Absolutely. So in 2006, I lost my son, Casey. He was 22 years old, and he was a tugboat captain in Anchorage, Alaska. And it was truly a downhill spiral for me, the mom, trying to navigate through grief. And 7 months later, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, stage 3. And so I knew I was going to be facing a lot of chemotherapy, radiation, breast removal, implants if I chose to have them, and on and on and on. And to get myself back going again after I went through all of that and was truly in a funk for about 3 years, I went on a trip to Greece with 9 other moms who had lost a child, and I was totally validated by hearing their stories and knowing that I could get my life back on track. I knew I couldn't help moms who had lost a child. It was just too tender of a subject. But I was positive I could help women who had gone through breast cancer. So that's exactly what I did. I started a nonprofit. I wrote a book, A Tug at Your Heart, and started this nonprofit, Pink Sistas, 9 years ago. And we started out at Pine Hollow Reservoir up above the Dalles in Central Oregon. And it was a big house up on the lake, and it was fabulous for about 4 years. But it was so far for women in the Portland metro area to go to. So I love the river and have been on a floating home for many, many years. And I had a floating home at Big Eddy Marina, and then a big house came available, a house that could sleep 10 guests. So for the past 4 years, we've been doing the retreats on the Columbia River, Big Eddy Marina, in my floating home. And there's paddleboarding, kayaking, yoga, jewelry making, boat excursions, and most of all, a common denominator called breast cancer, and a language that only breast cancer thrivers, women who've gone through this horrible disease, can speak about. So that's kind of a little short story of from devastation to inspiration. And yes, I miss my boy every single day. But I'm doing some amazing things for other people, and that helps me continue to heal.
That is an incredibly powerful story, and I just can't imagine that. And one of the questions that I have, Deb, is how do you fund what you're doing? Because I imagine that takes a little bit of money to offer that to women free of charge. So tell me a little bit about how you keep that going.
Well, I'm the fundraising queen. I'm also the director. I'm the founder, and I'm also the facilitator for all of our retreats. And we have amazing sponsors like Fred Meyer, Northwest Natural Gas, Hooters, Weston, Kia. In fact, I'll tell you a little story about Weston Kia. They actually have donated a party barge boat 2 years ago. So we have a 22-foot pontoon boat that we take all of our women out on excursions, and that was donated from the Weston family in Gresham. And then, of course, Fred Meyer has been a huge supporter. They also even send 2 retreats, two groups of women to a retreat each year. So now back to the fundraising and how we get to do what we're doing. It's a lot of hard work. I'm going to tell you right now that our nonprofit runs on about $25,000 a year. We started out with $4,000, and that's when we were doing 2 retreats. Last year we did 12 retreats. And how we can do that is by not having anyone on the payroll, including myself. All of us are dedicated volunteers who continue to help fundraise and do all kinds of different events throughout the year, like the Christmas ships party that we have on the Columbia, a huge sailboat. Tracy, for the past 5 years, has put our pink, beautiful ribbon that I made that is full of pink lights, of course, on the mast of his sailboat. And so that's one of the fundraisers. We have a gala each year. This year we couldn't have it because of this virus, but usually at that gala we make a lot of money that gets us going for the year. And then we have a golf event, and then we have a few other different fundraising events. We just kicked off a huge endeavor of 11 women sharing their stories in a book called Waves of Pink. And it was on Amazon. It still is on Amazon. You can buy it on Amazon. But it was a bestseller, and I'm pretty proud about that. We just had a little author party and a book signing, our first one. So that'll be another one of our fundraisers. Every year we have a photo shoot for not all of, but 10 women at the river at my floating home. And we do that photo shoot and make a huge, a good amount of money through our calendar sales that we do each year. It costs us about $450 per retreat for a weekend getaway. And our paddleboard expert, she's a volunteer. And our kayak expert, she's a volunteer. Our jewelry maker, our yoga instructor, all of them are volunteers. It's at my home. I volunteer my home for the weekend. But this year with the virus, we are doing day retreats only. So that'll be come at 11. I'll feed you lunch, teach you the paddleboard kayak. We'll go out on the party barge boat, and you'll have lunch with me, and then you get to go home at 3 o'clock. So that's what we are doing. We are limiting that to 4 guests per trip. We will probably make many day retreats this summer. I'm hoping, with social distancing and also all of the safety measures in place, the best we can with, mask wearing and that kind of thing. So I think I've explained, pretty much how we come across our money. Like I said, we're one of the small nonprofits. But I'm telling you what, when you have 90 women who've gone through breast cancer and they come through your retreat, wow, it just feeds my soul. It, heals my heart from all that I've gone through. And pretty amazing nonprofit that we have with absolutely no payroll. Mm-hmm.
That's incredible. Wow. I can imagine, excuse me, you mentioned, because of the current situation, you couldn't have the gala, you couldn't have, you can't do some of the things that you normally do. And I imagine that that has been a little frustrating and maybe affected your bottom line a little bit. And it's great to hear that you're doing some of these other things, such as your book. And that being a bestseller, wow, that's impressive, and that's really exciting. And so I definitely want to get your information out there. I want people to know how they can connect with you. Maybe they know someone who may benefit, from participating in your retreats, or maybe
Absolutely.
they would like to donate. Yeah, I mean, people can, I assume, they can obviously donate cash, or they may want to donate services or facilities like the one that you mentioned with the barge boat. And so can you give us some ideas on how people can support you?
Well, one of the ways that you can support us is go on our website, and there is a donate key on there. You can go on our website and send me a message and just tell me, what you have to offer us in kind, or maybe you have a business and you'd like to donate a basket for one of our auction events that we do, and we do them quite frequently normally. I'm not sure how that'll all go this year, but and community rewards. Let's talk about Fred Meyer community rewards. Wow, wow, wow. You get your rewards. We get your rewards. All you have to do is go on our website or go on Fred Meyer, go under community rewards on our website. You go under how you can help. It tells you step by step how you can hook up your own personal account with pinksistas.org, and we get the same amount of rewards that you get, only it comes dollars for us in a check quarterly. And it's amazing to think that Fred Meyer is so generous that you don't lose any of your rewards, but we get the same amount of rewards that you do. And that's for our nonprofit. So that's one way. We're always looking for volunteers for our different events. And sometimes someone will say, hey, Deb, I got absolutely amazing chairs, pink chairs that fold up, and we'd love to put them, on the beach this year for one of your events. So one of our excursions, perhaps it might work out that, we had pink chairs on the beach, and then we could take our girls over there and enjoy some beach time too. Where my floating home is, after the 4th of July, there's a beach, right across from my house. So there's a lot of different ways being creative. 2 years ago, we had a company that donated 11 pink huge flamingos, and our girls had so much fun on those plastic fun water toys called pink flamingos. And that year our theme was pink flamingos. This year our theme is mermaids. So we're kind of going with the mermaid theme this year. So yeah.
That sounds so fun too. That's incredible. Well, I have learned some things here today. I didn't know about the Fred Meyer's rewards, matching the rewards, and
Yep.
Wow, that's really some cool things. I imagine with all of your experience in doing that fundraising, that you have really come across a lot of things that the average person probably doesn't know about as far as ways to help out an organization such as yours.
I really have, and I've had some amazing mentors like Jan Weston at Weston Kia, Judy Swift, who's now gone from Fred Meyer, but she originally took me under her wing and really did an excellent job of mentoring me too, and still is my friend and still mentors me. And meanwhile, someone else has taken her place, and Jeffrey's at the corporate office at Fred Meyer, and he has helped me a lot also. We have a pro bono attorney, Grant Yoakum. We have a CPA, Robin Ellenson. All of these people are pro bono people that just have stepped right up to help us. And so we have been so incredibly blessed and lucky to have amazing people believe in what we're doing and support us in a very big way. So
that's wonderful. I'm so thrilled really to hear about how people do step up to the plate and volunteer, and I just love hearing about that. We need just more of that in the world, and I think that what you have created is pretty amazing, and I know that a lot of people are benefiting from your efforts and everything that you're doing. And I want people to know how to get a hold of you. So give us a couple of ways that people can contact you and get in touch.
Absolutely. My phone number, I would be more than happy to give that to you. You could text or call me, 503-901-7900. You could look us up on our website, pinksistas.org. You could contact me through my email, inspirational Deb Hart, Hart, @msn.com. And you can find that on our website also. So I'm an inspirational speaker and have been doing that for some time now too. I love to share my story. My story is of loss of a child, loss of my breath, loss of my health, and the grief that all of that comes with. But I am telling you that pendulum has swung over to the other side now with a lot of healing, and it's a continuation of healing, but it's an inspirational Deb instead of a devastated Deb. And it's taken 13 years. Casey will be gone August 2nd, 14 years. I cannot even fathom that. It just seems like still yesterday with a lot of healing. Boy, there's so much to the loss of a child. I'm telling you that for a mother, it is the deepest love that you ever have is your child. Therefore, the pain is so incredibly deep. And it leaves some scars, but over time, the scars do kind of smooth out, and so does the journey.
Wow, I feel a little bit speechless, Deb. I just encourage everyone to get in touch with Deb, see how you can support her amazing organization, and if you have an opportunity that you would like to have her speak at your event, whether it be online or in person, please do reach out to her. I know that it would be very impactful for any event. And Deb, I thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to visit with us at ChicksConnect. And I just want to say thank you for everything that you're doing out there.
Well, thank you. And I just want to thank Jules also for allowing Pink Sistas to be the, what would you call that? The poster child this year for her organization. We never have to pay for a whole year. We get to go and be a part of ChicksConnect. And networking has been really amazing with my club in Gresham and Jazzy Chicks, and I've been there for probably about 6 months now. And Jazzy Chicks has also learned a lot about what I'm doing, and they also have done a fundraiser for us. They called it Bunko Boobies, and they did a fundraiser, and they're all coming to my house to the floating home for lunch next week. So it's not about taking as much as it is about giving. And I'm not a taker. I am truly and honestly that person that wants to give back as much as I possibly can. Therefore, a perfect example is Fred Meyer. We do retreats for their employees who've gone through breast cancer. And so we're not just out there for the handout. Thank you much, Fred Meyer. Take the check and run. But we're also giving back to as much as we possibly can. And right now I have a lot of extra time on my hands because I'm not planning all these weekend retreats that I normally do. So I'm just kind of reinventing Pink Sistas and dreaming about Pink Sistas when the virus goes away, or we don't have to deal with the virus again. At some point, we know it's all going to smooth out to our new normal. So, but thank you again for having me on your show. And again, thank you, Jules, also.
Thank you. And thank you to our listeners for spending some time with us. This has been an episode of Chicks Chat Radio. Be sure to check out ChicksConnect, the Mastermind Support Network. And you can learn more about ChicksConnect at bit.ly/meetyourtribe. I'm your host, Tita Freytag, Chair Chick, and your connection to health options that can change life. Have a wonderful day.